Welcome back, learners. We are studying chapter 3rd, Atoms and Molecules, and in this chapter, a lot has been discussed earlier. Today's topic is mole concept, and I must say this is very important topic of this chapter. Before going through it, let's understand some basic facts. Students, we buy things either by number or by mass. Let me give you example. We generally buy oranges, eggs, bananas by number. Let's say dozen for 12. Similarly, we buy most of our vegetables by mass, either in gram, kilogram. So in this way, we are using different type of measurement. Okay, if I tell you that you have to buy rice, which method will you prefer? Will you buy it by counting in terms of number or in terms of mass? Obviously, weighing the rice will be more convenient way to buy it. So the choice of unit depend upon the people. In much the same way as we buy a dozen eggs or a kilogram of sweet, a chemist deals with a mole of atoms, molecules, ions, or electron. So let us understand more about it. First of all, students, the word mole, it was introduced around 1896 by William Ostwald. And this term mole, which is having a Latin origin, means heap or pile. Now we can consider that a substance may be consist of heap of atoms or molecules which combine together to form it. Now just like 1 dozen which is equals to 12 numbers of anything, 1 gross is equal to 144 numbers of anything. Similarly, 1 mole of anything is equals to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 in numbers. So this was the first thing. Let's go to other concepts. Here on your screen you can see that first of all the mole is having symbol MOL. Students, the unit mole was accepted in 1967. Now we can say that mole is the fundamental unit of amount of substance, and as I have told you, 1 mole contains exactly 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 elementary entities. You can even say this as atoms, molecules, ions. So now this number is fixed numerical value and we say it Avogadro constant, and it is represented with letter Na, just to honor a great scientist, Avogadro. So this number is called Avogadro constant. Now students, let's move on and understand some other things. Okay, now we will understand molar mass. I have defined what is 1 mole. So mass of 1 mole of anything, that is known as molar mass. Here on your screen you can see that the mass of 1 mole of substance is equal to its relative atomic mass or molecular mass in gram. In previous topics we have discussed about relative atomic mass, molecular mass. So if you are talking about atom, so 1 mole of an atom, whatever will be its atomic mass will be its molar mass as well. Let me give you some example, it will be more clear to you. Now here on your screen you can see that the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1U. We all know that. So the gram atomic mass of hydrogen will be 1 gram. Okay, we have to just put the unit gram. So 1U hydrogen atom is having just 1 atom of hydrogen, while 1 gram hydrogen, that is having 1 mole atoms, which are equals to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 atoms of hydrogen. This much. Okay, this is the difference. Similarly, we know that 16U is atomic mass of oxygen atom. It means 16U is having just 1 oxygen atom, while 16 gram 16 gram oxygen is having 1 mole atoms, which is equals to again Avogadro constant. So 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 atoms of oxygen. Now let's have one more example. Here on your screen you can see we know how to calculate molecular mass. So molecular mass of water is 18U. Now from here we can understand that 18U, it contains just one molecule of water, and 18 gram water has 1 mole molecules of water again, which are equal to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 molecules of water. Now let me summarize. Students, 1 mole is equals to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 numbers of anything, and this is equal to relative mass in gram. If you are talking about atom, then it will be equal to its atomic mass in gram. If you are talking about molecule, then obviously it will be equal to the molecular mass in gram. And if you are talking about the ionic compound, on that note, it will be equal to the formula unit mass. So now we are going to discuss some other things. Here it's a chart, and we can now relate the numbers and the mass with the mole. Now have a close look. Here on the top you can see 1 mole of carbon atoms. As I have told you, 1 mole of carbon atom will have 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 atoms of carbon, because this much number come together to form 1 mole, and this is equals to atomic mass of carbon in gram, so equal to 12 gram of carbon atoms. Okay, similarly 1 mole of hydrogen atom, so it will have number of atoms equal to Avogadro constant, and mass equals to 1 gram, just because hydrogen atom is having 1 U as atomic mass, so 1 gram will be equal to 1 mole of hydrogen atoms, or you can even say 1 gram will be the molar mass of hydrogen. Now similarly you can say this thing for 1 mole of any particle, atom, molecule, ion, anything that will contain number exactly equal to Avogadro constant, and the mass will be equal to relative mass of those particle in gram. Similarly, when you talk about molecules, so same number will be there, and the molecular mass in gram will be the molar mass. So this was the mole concept, students. In mole concept, we can relate number to the mass for any atom, molecule, any compound. Now let's move to the next thing. Here I have written a chemical equation for you. This chemical equation is regarding the formation of water. Students, when hydrogen gas and oxygen gas combines together, they form a molecule of water. Now here this is a balanced chemical reaction. You can see that two hydrogen molecule, they are combining together with oxygen and forming water molecule. So the numbers which you are seeing, they tell us many information to us. First of all, I can say 2 molecule of hydrogen gas combining with 1 molecule of oxygen gas to form 2 molecules of water. You can even say 4 gram of hydrogen gas, just because hydrogen is having 1 gram as its mass, and here you can see 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, it gives you 4, so it's equal to 4 gram. Now 4 gram of hydrogen molecule, they are combining with 32 gram of oxygen, and they are forming 36 gram of water molecule. Lastly, we have just studied the mole concept. So a chemical equation can be converted into this mole concept, and we can draw information like 2 moles of hydrogen molecule when combines with 1 mole of oxygen gas, obviously it forms 2 mole of water. So in this way, a chemical equation gives us information regarding mass, number, and we can deduct any other information on the basis of it, that how much product will form and how the things will react with each other. Now students, we have studied all these things. Just revise it and keep learning, keep asking.